Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheyenne and I'm so glad that you are joining me today. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 35H Hotspot Artistry Palette by Morphe and also their Faves eye brush set. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. Now I've been eyeing this up every time that I go to Ulta. I'm like, do I need to get it? Do I not need to get it? Do I need to get it? Because it just caught my attention with all the different colors that they had. I was like, I can definitely do something with this. So this is what it looks like opened up. This palette retail values at $25. I actually decided to, during quarantine when Morphe had it on sale, I decided to go ahead and get it. I think I actually only paid $14 for this. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Treat yourself. So that's exactly what I did. And then the Faves eye brush set. This has 14 different eye brushes. I'm not gonna lie, I love Morphe's. I mean, I appreciate the brushes being individually packed, don't get me wrong, but it is a lot of plastic waste, in my opinion. So these are all of the brushes that I get. Also on the back of the box, it does tell you what each one is for. And each eyeshadow brush or eye brush has its own code. Most Morphe brushes, that is the standard for them. So I do like that. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead straight dive into today's video. So again, palette, $25 retail value. The 14 brushes are $46. So with this palette, I definitely do get like a beachy, kind of summery vibe with this, especially with the different names and whatnot that they have given the eyeshadows. And they do have this plastic piece right here, I don't know if you can see that, that has the names on there. So we're just kind of gonna go in and do a look. Alright, so let's see. And what I'm going to do is I'm only going to use the Morphe brushes that I got in the brush set to do my eye look. I'm not going to use any other brushes. So, let's see. Alright, so first I think I'm going to go in with M330, this brush, and I am going to grab the color Shady Behavior, which is this one right here, that one, and I'm just gonna pop that into the crease of my eye. And these Morphe palettes do not come with mirrors, so I do have another palette that I'm just gonna be using just for the mirror. And what I'm doing with this color right here, Shady Behavior, I'm just using this pretty much as my transition shade. And I'm just blending that out in the crease of my eye. transition shade on there. So now what I think I'm going to do is go in with Rally Time, Rally Time is this one right there at the bottom middle. And I'm going to go in with M506, which just is a smaller crease blending brush. And I'm going to take a very, very little amount of that one. And what I always like to do is I always like to tap off the excess eyeshadow that's on the brushes, because you can always put more eyeshadow. You don't want to like put too much and then it's really hard to blend out and you can't blend it back out. So I always like to start off with a little bit and then I'll deepen it up or change it as needed. But I am going to go in just in the very crease part in the beginning and then blend it out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with the M33, which, just a reminder, is that's what it looks like. I'm going to go back in with that and then just blend those two colors together. And then you can add more eyeshadow as needed too. If you see like one side looks different than the other, you can always go back in and kind of deepen up the shade a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do right now on this eye. Alright, so then when that is blended out to your liking, then you can kind of stop there. So now what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do a kind of half cut crease. If you guys can't tell, that's kind of, I've been doing those a lot lately. I don't know, I really like those. So I'm actually going to go in with I'm going to take the M167 brush. That's what it looks like. It's like a flat looking brush. It's like it's an oval shadow brush. So I'm gonna take that and then I'm actually gonna go in with this shade right here, which is Cool Off. And I'm just going to begin to form a half cut crease with that. So with this, I actually don't think that that's gonna just work with just putting it over the brown. So I am going to have to get a different, I'm gonna have to get a different brush and then some concealer. Well, you know what, okay, so this little trick that I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab some makeup remover on a Q-tip. I'm just gonna grab a very little bit of that and then I'm gonna kind of carve out where I want my cut crease to go. That way the concealer looks more like white. It gives you like a blanker space, where you can get the color that you want from the eyeshadow, like the true color, not a distorted, muddy kind of color, since the eyeshadow that I'm using is brown. So now that that is finished, I'm going to take the Morphe 421, which is a mini concealer brush, and I'm gonna take some of my Juvia's Place concealer, just a very small amount, and then I'm gonna put it in that same exact spot that I just had cleaned to get it ready for the cut crease. So then I am gonna pick back up with the M167 brush and then just go in with the shimmery blue color, the cool off color from the palette, and then I'm just gonna put it exactly where I put my concealer. So now you can see how much of a difference it makes when you put down concealer first instead of just going with the shimmers. There are some companies or brands or whatever that you can just go right in with the shimmers. I know I did that with ColourPop before, but that was a completely, entirely different type of look where the colors blended a little bit better together. So this is a little bit different. So now I'm just gonna make sure that it's to my liking. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Alright, so there is that. So now what I am going to be doing is the same color that I had put into my crease. What I'm going to do, and that again is Rally Time. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of that, tap off your excess, and then I'm going to pat that right next to the blue shimmery color that we just put in, kind of, I'm gonna blend those two together pretty much is what I'm doing. So just try to blend that. Alright, I'm just gonna drag it out to the outer V as well. And I'm just kind of gonna leave that there for now. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with a darker, deeper brown color, and I'm only gonna put that on the very outer V of my eye. So I'm gonna go in with All Night Long, which is this one right here. I'm gonna take the M330 again, and I am just going to put that on the very outer V, like just tap it in. And see, that one I didn't tap the excess off, so look how much, you can kind of see how much is on there. So that's going to be a little bit harder to blend out, but I will make it work. I kind of have those blended together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the E22 brush, which is a bigger, fluffier brush, and I'm going to just blend out the outside just a little bit more. To do is I'm going to clean up my under eyes just where there was a little bit of fallout of the eyeshadow when I was applying it, and then so then after I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and we will come back to do the under eye and the lashes. so there is that. So now let's do the under eye super quick here. I got stuff on my palette. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and finish up the under eye super quick. So what I'm going to do is take this flat brush right here, which is the M432. Just going to take that and I'm going to go in with the color Rally Time. Gonna take a little bit of that and I'm just gonna go underneath my eye with that. And then I am also going to put a very little bit of All Night Long on the very out part, the very last part of my lower lash line, just so it kind of blends in with the outer V as well. So yeah, this is the final look. I'm really happy with today's look. Everything blended out really easily. I really like this palette and I like the colors and how there's tons of different looks that you can do with this palette. I do like the brushes. The only downside to the brushes that, so something that I would personally change about the brushes is probably not getting the white tipped brushes. I don't really like these ones that much because they do stain, and even after you wash them, sometimes it's hard to get the color out of them. But everything else I really liked. I love Morphe brushes. Those are usually my go-to brushes, and BH Cosmetic brushes. They're just really good brushes. They blend stuff so easily out. They're really soft and they're at a good price as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and that you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, questions, or constructive criticism, please put it down in the comment box below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and we'll see you at the next one.